All branches of ballistics, whether internal, external, or terminal ballistic, oblique, wound ballistic, are very important, but external ballistic has assumed a special position because of its association with the space travel. Space travel has become an important event everywhere, and therefore importance of external ballistics has considerably increased, and it relates to the flight or the movement of bullet in the vacuum. As far as this chapter is concerned, we shall discuss what is yaw, we shall discuss form factor, we shall discuss base drag and other item associated with it. What do we mean by base drag? When a bullet leaves the muzzle end, it tries to approach the target. During that time, the rifling of the weapon results in the spinning of the bullet. This spinning of the bullet, when it moves forward, it engulfs around it spiral or air spiral, which results in the drag of the base, or we call it base drag. The base drag assumes least value when the bullet has a specific shape called boat-tailed bullet, but its magnitude increases significantly at large distances. So far as yaw is concerned, it is considered as overstabilization, meaning thereby that the bullet when it leaves shows overstabilization because of the spinning and the creation of vacuum behind it, which results in base drag. At the same time, it continues spinning around its axis. This importance of external ballistic cannot be increased or cannot be stressed more, because we have to study everything in vacuum where there is no air and no gravitational pull, or to say the least, no air resistance. The gravitational drift is defined as the gradual deviation of the bullet due to the gravitational pull with the passage of time. Gyroscopic drift is defined as the gradual deviation of the projectile from its intended path due to the spinning of the projectile.
Dear students, after studying this module, you shall be able to know the advantages of flat trajectories, learn the concept of drift, identify factors affecting the velocity of the projectile, familiarize with the spin speed and the twist of projectile. So, let us start with a brief introduction of external ballistics. As you already know, that the external ballistics is the study of the flight of a projectile from the muzzle of the weapon to the target. It starts as soon as the internal ballistics comes to an end. Internal ballistics is limited to happenings which occurs inside the barrel of the firearm, whereas external ballistics is frequently associated with firearms and deals with the unpowered free flight phase of the bullet after it exits the barrel and before it hits the target. So, it lies between transitional ballistics and terminal ballistics. However, external ballistics is also concerned with the free flight of rocket and other projectiles such as balls, arrows, etc. Some aspects of external ballistics have been discussed in the part 1 and part 2, namely resistance due to air, bullet drop due to pull of the earth, maximum vertical range, remaining velocity, ballistics coefficient, sectional density, and others including horizontal range, wind drift, yaw, instability of the bullet spin, escape velocity, and others would be discussed in this part along with structural features and shape of the trajectories and their relation to the velocity of the projectiles. Now let me give you a brief idea about velocity of projectile. Since the velocity of projectile is the most important factor affecting the shape of the trajectory, it is accordingly adjusted suitably to make the trajectory flatter. Flatter trajectories are very valuable for several reasons. An increase in velocity of projectile helps making them flatter because the greater the velocity, the flatter will be the trajectory. Black powder does not generate a very high velocity in small arms ammunition without an inconvenient increase in the recoil or weight of the weapon or both. Smokeless powders are now being used, and success to a significant extent has been achieved in obtaining flat trajectories in small arms ammunition, especially in military rifles. Now, let us see advantages of a flat trajectory. Number 1, deflection of the projectile due to wind gets reduced to the extent of becoming negligible. Number 2, time for which the projectile remains in the barrel gets reduced. Number 3, the effective shooting range is increased as the errors in the estimation of distance are reduced. Number 4, small variations in individual cartridges such as mass, leakage of gases, or temperature becomes insignificant at higher velocities, which is a very important and significant factor in making trajectories flatter. Now, this figure indicates the dramatic effect of velocity increase in making the trajectories flatter. Here, x shows the trajectory of a projectile having velocity of about 400 meter per second. The trajectory y and z are having velocities in increasing order. The projectile z has more than double the velocity of x and much flatter trajectory. Now, let me tell you something about bullet spin. Spin of the bullet is its revolving around its longitudinal axis or gyration. The rifling in the barrel of firearm called rifled weapon gives spin to the bullet resulting in reduction of air resistance because it disperses the air. In addition, it keeps the bullet in line of fire and reduces loss of velocity. If spin of the bullet is not available, several problems which have been solved by it would appear, including inaccurate aims. The projectile passing through the barrel of a non rifle weapon would jostle with sides of the barrel and acquires a directional motion which would carry the projectile away from the aim. Accumulation of an increasing mass of air in the case of non-rotation projectile will not only retard the velocity of the projectile but also change its flight path, making it basically inefficient. The rifling in the barrel overcomes all defects pointed out and gives a spin to the bullet around its own axis, resulting in the decrease of air resistance, also reducing the loss of velocity and keeping the projectile in the line of fire. A bullet fired from a rifled barrel can spin at over 300,000 rpm, depending on the bullet's muzzle velocity and the barrel's twist rate. The general definition of the spin, which is denoted by capital S, of an object rotating around a single axis can be written as S is equal to V by C, where V denotes the linear velocity of a point in the rotating object. It has units of distance by time, and C refers to the circumference of the circle that this measuring point performs around the axis of rotation. A bullet that matches the rifling of the firing barrel will exit that barrel with a spin that is S is equal to V naught by L, where V naught is the muzzle velocity and L is the twist rate. For example, let us take an M4 carbine with a twist rate of 1 in 7 inches, that would be 177.8 mm, and a muzzle velocity of 3050 feet per second, that would be around 930 meter per second. This will give the bullet a spin of 930 meter per second by 0.1778 meter is equal to 5.2 kilohertz, that would be approximately 314,000 rpm. Excessive rotational speed can exceed the bullet's design limits, and the resulting centrifugal force can cause the bullet to disintegrate radially during flight. Now, let us have a discussion on spin speed and twist variations. The speed of the spin is varied by varying the twists, which is the degree of turning of the rifling. The twist required depends on the diameter, the length, and density of the projectile. The density of the medium through which the projectile moves is also taken into consideration. Now, this formula gives the twist. Here, twist is equal to 150 caliber square by length of the projectile into under root 10.9 by d1 into d2 by d3, where d1 denotes the density of the projectile, d2 is density of medium of travel, and d3 is density of air. The length of the barrel in which the rifling twist completes One turn is also called as pitch. Professor Greenbill has given a very simple formula for this, which is twist length into bullet length is equal to 150. Here length of bullet and twist are measured in caliber of projectile. Let us take a case of .303 rifle where length of projectile is 5 caliber. Now let us put up the values in this formula. So multiplying the caliber with the twist will have twist into 5, that will equal to 150, or we can write it like twists is equal to 150 by 5, which will give us 30. Now we'll multiply this value with 0.303, that will give us 9 inches. Thus the turning of the cutter for creation of grooves in the .303 rifle is so regulated that one turn is completed in about 9 inches. If distance is measured in terms of calibers, the twist length becomes independent of the diameter of the barrel. Now, let me explain you about drift. Drift in the flight takes place significantly due to two reasons. Number one, velocity of the wind. Number two, spin of the bullet in rifled firearms. So far, the velocity of the wind is concerned, it will make drift to the left when blowing from the right of the bullet to its left. If the wind direction is from the left of the bullet to its right, the bullet will get a drift to its right. If the motion of the wind is in the same direction as that of the bullet, it adds to the velocity of the projectile. Similarly, the wind blowing against the direction of bullet will decrease the velocity of the bullet. If the wind is blowing from any other side or at an angle, it will make a change both in the velocity of the bullet as well in its direction. The extent of deflection is given by the equation where deflection is equal to T into V cos theta, where theta is angle at which wind acts, V defines velocity of the wind, and T stands for the time for which the wind acts. The amount of drift from a wind blowing from the right of the bullet will cause it to drift to the left. Rear wind will have an increasing effect on the velocity and a nose wind a decreasing effect on the velocity. The amount of wind drift when striking the bullet at 90 degree can be calculated by the formula D is equal to TW, or T whole R by V, where D is equal to deflection of bullet by wind, R denotes range, V stands for muzzle velocity, T is time of flight, and W is for cross wind speed. Spinning affects the bullet in many ways. Firstly, by improving its range and aim, and secondly, by introducing drift. Drift takes the direction of the spin. When the spin is towards the right, the projectile drifts towards the right. Similarly, if the spin is towards the left, the shift of the bullet will be towards the left. With a .303 rifle, the drift is about 13 inches at a range of 1000 yards. It is quite small and does not have much significance in the operation of the firearm. In some rifles, there may be a sideway jump of the barrel, which could compensate the drift or even overshoot the drift. So far as problems of forensic ballistic are concerned, the drift, being negligibly small, does not gain importance of consideration. The drift, though negligibly small, can be easily compensated by giving a calculated tilt to the right, to the left, or to the right, that is, opposite to the direction of twist. It will result effectively in removing the effect of the drift to a range of about a couple of thousand meters. So, my dear students, now let us summarize this chapter. In this chapter, we have learned many a things. Firstly, we have learned that external ballistics is frequently associated with firearms and deals with the unpowered free flight phase of the bullet after it exits the barrel and before it hits the target. So, it lies between transitional ballistic and terminal ballistics. Then, after learning this chapter, we have concluded that since the velocity of projectile is the most important factor affecting the shape of the trajectory, it is accordingly adjusted suitably to make the trajectory flatter. Then we have learned that black powder does not generate a very high velocity in small arms ammunition without an inconvenient increase in the recoil or weight of the weapon or both. Drift in the flight takes place significantly due to velocity of the wind or due to spin of the bullet in rifled firearms. Then spin of the bullet is its revolving around its longitudinal axis or gyration. Rifling reduces the spin of the bullet. Along with it, we have learned that drift takes the direction of the spin. When the spin is toward the right, the projectile drifts is to the right. Similarly, if the spin is towards the left, the shift of the bullet will be towards the left. Now, we have learned the twist can be calculated by a formula, that is, twist is equal to 150 caliber square by length of the projectile into under root 10.9 by d1 into d2 by d3. The length of the barrel in which the rifling twist completes one turn is also called as the pitch. And lastly, in this chapter, we have learned that greater the velocity, the flatter the trajectory of the projectile.